Alrighty, what's up, everybody? My peeps, how's it going, you sexy bitches? It is I, Peter Joseph, here for another video, right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube Wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching on this late Thursday, almost like Friday, late Thursday night, May the 23rd, 2024, or if you're watching from another time zone or another on the replay, it is now May the 24th, 2024. It is Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start of summer. And thank you for watching right here on the channel. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph. If you didn't follow along, there might be a test later. But anyway, thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for watching the video on this channel. And subscribe to this channel and my other channels down there in hell, otherwise known as the description box below. Show your love and support. You can leave a comment on this video and any one of my other videos on my respective channels, but don't be stupid and leave stupid comments, because you're going to get blocked, and if you don't like that, I don't give a shit. That's it. If you get blocked, you're out of here. Go fuck yourself. And that's it. You can also follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, if you dare. You get blocked there too. And don't forget to share the video all over the internet, but most importantly, tap and slap that bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video, because if you miss anything, you're pretty much SOL, and you know what that means. And that's pretty much it. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment on the video and on the topic of the video. That's pretty much it. And if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. You sit back, you relax, if you can relax, and enjoy the show. And grab whatever you got. Grab a beer, grab a nice cold beverage. Could be water, could be soda, juice, liquor, whatever it may be. But don't do it at work, though. That's a no-no. Don't do it at work. Because I don't want you to you watch my video, you're drinking like a 40, or drinking some vodka or some shit, and then next thing you know, you're fired. I'm like, yeah, Peter, you got me fired. You told me to grab a cold one watching you. And I'll be like, don't do it at work, dummy. Unless you work from home, then you can do that. But if you're like you're at a job, you're watching me on your lunch break or your break, then why would you drink at your job? Just saying. I mean, if you don't give a shit about your job, that's on you. That's not on me. But it is what it is. But if I were you, if you're watching me at work, drink some soda, drink some juice, drink water. Don't drink any alcohol. And that's pretty much it. If you want to smoke a bowl while watching me, lose more brain cells that you already lost anyway, because you probably have none anyway. So you lose your brain. Why not? So go ahead, smoke the ganja while you watch my show. And for you ladies, you know what to do. Get those panties wet, because we get wet here. We stay sexy. We make the ladies get wet. We drink the good Pepsi, which, as you all know, Pepsi makes the girls go, "Oh, shit!" So, Pepsi is the drink of champions. Not Coke, because Coke is boring. Unless you're Tony Khan. But I'll digress. Alright, so we got that. But sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And that's it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Thursday night, like I said, welcome to the channel. Hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Please be safe. Fireworks are going to be going off this weekend in whatever state you live in. And hopefully, for some of you, it won't be a washout. I mean, it might be warm wherever you might be. I mean, it's May 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, really. You know, the next the next 4 days are gonna be hot, depending on where you live. I mean, tomorrow here is gonna be 81 degrees. I mean, today was like insanely hot. It's hot now in my house. Fuck. That's why. I mean, if you can hear it, I got my oscillator, my fan on. I got the AC cranking. I had to take 3 showers because I was so hot. Well, I took 1 shower because, gotta take a shower, and everything. And then I took 2, I was so hot, I turned off the fan, I turned off the AC, and then the house heated up again. So I was like, fuck. So I went back in the shower, just cold water, not semi-cold water, drenched myself, and then had a little light snack, and then that was it. And then when I was watching a little TV, a little bit of Adam Cole, baby, on Twitch. And then, got hot again, so I had to go back in the shower to just cool back down again. I don't know if I'm going to keep the AC on tonight, but I mean, we'll see, but, can't keep it on forever because, those rising prices of power and, electricity, really, not going to be fun because, you're going to rack up like a $400 electricity bill. Fortunately, I don't have that problem. I get discounts. But I digress on that. But be safe this weekend. Have fun. Have a barbecue. Go to the beach. Hey, you can go to the amusement park. Go do whatever. Go to a baseball game. I mean, I'll be at the Garden tomorrow night for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals after a really shitty Game 1 for the Rangers. Oh, they did not even show up. It was just bad. The fans were like, we were nervous. I mean, most of the fans were nervous because, Florida's a good team. They are a great team. Bobovsky, Bobby, they call him in Florida. He came and played like Mike Richter in 1994. Shut out the Rangers 3-0. Really, Igor gave up a really shitty goal in the first period. Rangers had great chances, hit the post not once, not twice, 3 times. And then Florida went up 2-0, but then the referee's like, no. Really kind of screwed the Panthers because it looked like it was a goal, but then it was like goalie interference. So it was like they took it off the board. That really kind of woke up the fans a little bit, but it was like too late. And then, they hit the post again. And then it became 2-0 after, Laffy, Lafreniere, I don't know what the hell he was doing. Kicked it into his own goal by accident. So it made it 2-0. And then the Rangers pulled Igor. Looking to try to get it to 2-1. Nothing. Florida wins 3-0 after the empty net. And that was it. Just a really flat game. I think they had 23 to 25 shots the whole game. 25 shots. It was embarrassing. 25. And 3 of them were actually good. And hit the post. What do you want to do? But it is what it is. So, the Panthers go up 1-0. They get the home ice now. Going to Florida after tomorrow's game. Sunday you'll be in Florida, but that game is at 3 p.m. on ABC. Tomorrow's game is on ESPN. It's on ESPN tomorrow night. So, that game is at 8 o'clock. Same time as SmackDown, but SmackDown's taped, so don't really care about tomorrow's SmackDown, really. I don't really care. I mean, I'll still watch occasionally. I might, flip down to watch. Whoops. Oh, it's Cody Rhodes. No! I'm not gonna watch you! Watch the Rangers! Fuck you! But we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully the Rangers play, like they've done the last two rounds. And, really the fans need to, need to stand and cheer tomorrow night. I am not gonna sit there and hear silence. I want to hear the Garden rocking tomorrow night. Because they lose tomorrow night, I think it might be over. I mean, never say never. The Rangers can come back and win all 4 straight, going to game 6. But I still think it's going 6 or 7. I'm hoping. I'm not. I don't want it to go to 7. I want the Rangers to win tomorrow. At least take 1 in Florida. Would it be Sunday or Tuesday night? Get it to game 5 back at the Garden next Thursday night. Win that, and then it's a battle for game 6 and 7. If it goes to game 7, that's June the 3rd, which is a week from Monday at the Garden. Oh, how great would that be to win that game at the Garden, game 7, where the Rangers are like unstoppable in game 7s. They've lost a few, but not a lot. But it would be nice to win game 7. Maybe double overtime like they won in '94 against the Devils. I mean, we all know that game. Mato! And I was at that game too. So there's a game 7, June the 3rd. You know I'm going to be there. So, and it is what it is. Edmonton and Dallas open up, I think, tonight. Pretty good. I didn't watch all of it, but I don't even know who won. I just saw some of it, bits and pieces. That was it. The Celtics won tonight again, so they're up 2 games to none on the Pacers. And I think the Celtics, the way they're playing right now, they're going to sweep them. Pacers are done. So that series shifts to Indiana, I believe, on Saturday night. So it's going to compete with Collision. Not that anybody's going to watch Collision anyway. And there is a Collision this week. I didn't even know it until I looked on Twitter. Well, that's it. Collision. There will be Collision at 8 p.m. on TBS. That's probably why I didn't see it on my DVR, because I have it taped from the TNT side, but so I have to change my setting back to TBS. So, what are you going to do? But Rampage tomorrow night at 6:30 because of the NBA and the NHL. And we got that. Collision will be on its normal time at 8 p.m. on Saturday. But next Saturday, June the 1st, it will not be seen until midnight because of the NBA playoffs. But that is to be determined depending on what happens with the Western Conference and probably the Eastern Conference. But like I said, if the Celtics sweep the Pacers, I think Collision will probably be back on its normal time that night. But we'll see. I think the first game starts either was last night or tonight. I think it starts Dallas and the Timberwolves. That should be a pretty interesting series. But we'll see what happens with that. So, the East and West Finals in the NBA and the NHL pretty much going on. And might be over. Well, one of them probably be over by early next week. And that's the Celtics-Pacers series. And then we have to wait for the West to finish, which could finish next weekend. So that's probably why, we might get Collision at midnight. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So check your local listing, set your DVRs accordingly. That's that. Well, we got SmackDown tomorrow, and nobody's going to care to watch that. It's in Saudi Arabia. So it's going to be taped tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. here in the East Coast. So we'll get the spoilers probably by 5, 6 o'clock at night, right before you even watch it. But we'll see what happens with all that. And then we got King and Queen of the Ring, Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. And then we can go out and do whatever we got to do. And if you want to watch Collision, you can watch Collision live at 8 o'clock. And then Sunday, you got the Rangers game 3 at 3 o'clock, so that game is going to end about 6:30-ish. And then you can go right into the 0 hour pre-show for Double or Nothing. And then at 8 o'clock, Double or Nothing 6 will come your way from Vegas. And that's it. And then Monday night, Raw, the Memorial Day show. And that's pretty much it. Now we're back to normal pretty much until June, right before I got Battleground. Against All Odds is coming up for TNA. We'll do TNA tomorrow. Might do it tonight. I don't know. I feel good enough to do another video after this one, but we'll see what happens with that. But I got that. And my allergies are kicking. So give me a second to blow my schnoz. Or as Hunter would say, his proboscis nose. I'm gonna blow my nose like Stephanie blows my cock. You know, it is. My allergies are kicking in because it's spring fever almost. Plus, I got some pretzels, pub style pretzels like you get in your local pub, but not the original ones. It says original, then I tasted them like, this don't taste original. And then I looked on the bag. It's garlic and onion. Ugh! Oh, my mouth's gonna be on fire! Well, at least my breath will smell good. Especially, you know, not tonight, but maybe this weekend with the missus, you know. It won't taste good, but, you know, at least your breath will be good. That's one of the tricks, you know. You can go down on a woman, it's like, this tastes nasty. You know, you're puking your guts out, but there's tricks. There are tricks, guys. And if you don't know them, you know, the Starburst trick, there's a lifesaver trick. There's two lifesavers, the original lifesavers, and then the breath mint lifesavers. You know, take the wintergreen, you know, spearmint. I usually use the, well, I do it regularly, but I don't care about it. But sometimes I use the Starburst trick, put it inside of your mouth, chew, and then, or just chew it, have the juice come out, and then you just go, you know. Like Gene Simmons, you go Gene Simmons style. Little the juice go right into the. Never mind, I'm going graphic. Sorry. Never mind. Now I'm gonna get clipped. I don't give a shit. I'm trying to help you guys, you fucking virgins out there. There's a lot of you on YouTube, not me. People think I'm a virgin. I'm like, really? You're a virgin, you don't have a job. You're on YouTube 24/7. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, man. You can't prove it either. But you comment constantly every day. I'm not on every day, dumbass. I don't comment much every day. I comment here and there, but not a lot, excessively. Unlike certain people I know. Well, that's another story for another time. But to say you don't have a job, you can't prove it. To say I'm a virgin, you definitely can't prove that. How can you say I'm a virgin if I'm living with a woman and I'm married to the woman for 16 years? Not even 16, I'm married for 8. Almost going on 9 now. So, where's the ring? I don't have to show you shit. I don't have to show you or anybody, whether it be good friends or not. It is what it is. Can't take me at face value, then just don't watch my videos. And don't be my friend, or whatever it may be. That's that. And we move on. Alright, enough about that shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Got some interesting news today. Per Triple H, you know, Mr. Paul Levesque. He came out today, and big news for SummerSlam. Well, not this year, not next year, but 2026. SummerSlam is going 2 nights. So it's going to be like their second version of WrestleMania. So the baby sister, basically. So SummerSlam 2026 will be, I believe, August 1st and 2nd, 2026, in Minnesota. So, everybody wanted WrestleMania 41 to be in Minnesota, or 42 to be in Minnesota. That ain't happening, especially in April. but it's going to be cold as balls over there. So, SummerSlam being in Minnesota, where the Vikings play, I think it's at U.S. Bank Stadium or something like that. Where the Vikings play. You know, the Vikings' big dome stadium. It's a great stadium, too. But August 1st and 2nd, it's going to be like 80, 90 degrees in Minnesota. Should be, at least. But it's in a dome. It should be, air conditioned. But then again, who knows? Some stadiums don't have air conditioning. They're not cranking that shit. Miami. Where the Marlins play. I was watching a Met game and it was like 90 degrees outside. And in the stadium, they didn't open the dome. Would have been worse. And Gary Cohen saying, they don't crank the AC. They can't crank the AC. Because they don't have AC probably. Or it broke. Who knows? But I felt bad for the players. They're like sweating like pigs. Ugh. But hopefully when you guys go to SummerSlam and the pre-sale tickets are going on sale soon. That's weird. That's kind of cool. Actually, not weird, but it's kind of cool to have the pre-sale registration start soon. And I think you can get your, you can pre-sale register soon, and then I don't know how that. I guess by 2026, you have your tickets way before then. That's kind of cool. But it's gonna be in Minnesota, inside the dome, like WrestleMania 41 will be, because it's in Vegas next year, and in the Raiders Stadium. That should be fun. And we'll see what happens with that. But it's going to be 2 nights. So it's Saturday night, August 1st, and then Sunday night, August the 2nd. So that week is going to be insane at the end of July, going into August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. The Raw after SummerSlam. It'll be crazy. That's a lot of shit in Minnesota for 2026. But, start saving your money now. But it is what it is. So we got that. AEW Dynamite, and I'll get to Dynamite review in a minute. Dynamite did 722,000 views. So it went up about 41,000 from last week, which wasn't bad. NXT did a pretty good rating. 652,000, somewhere around that 650 area. It peaked at 690, almost 700,000 when Jada Parker was taking on Brinley Reese. That was funny. Jada Parker on tour was like, ooh! Got to do the Scooby-Doo thing. It is what it is, and got that, and see how everything else goes. And that's it. So that's pretty much the news of the day. Bray Wyatt's birthday was earlier today, so happy birthday to you, Bray Wyatt. You great man, you follow the buzzard. We always have to follow the buzzards, my friends. Uncle Howdy did his stream today. Oh, that video, oh my gosh. We don't see him, per se. We see his teeth. He's like, do you want to meet me? I can't wait to meet you, or can't wait to see you. So we might see him Saturday at some time during the pay-per-view, or maybe after the pay-per-view. Like when Bray Wyatt came back at Extreme Rules, everyone was like, oh, it's over. And he gave us the clue that he was going to be at Extreme Rules 2020, was it 21 or 22? Yeah, 22, actually. And the pay-per-view was about to end because they had Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle in a fight pit match to end the show. And then they kind of pulled back, and then the lights go out, and then the Fireflies came out. I was like, oh, here he is! And then the epic freaking entrance with the door, and then he comes out with the new lantern, and they just show his face. It was just amazing. And then they think on SmackDown, is when the Actuary came out. It was great. So we had that. So I can only imagine what they're gonna do at the in the middle, probably the end of King and Queen of the Ring. Make sure you watch the entire thing and wait till the ending. I'm not spoiling it, but I think we're gonna get something near the end. I don't think we're gonna get it during the show. Maybe the QR codes during the pay-per-view. I mean, we'll see, but the video showed that letter of him writing on left-handed. By the way, I didn't even know Bo Dallas was left-handed, but he's like, "I'll see you soon. Did you miss me?" Stuff like that. And then he showed the house, this weird house. They go inside the house, and then we see this woman in like a bride's dress, and then like it's like cutting in between, and then she shows her hand. So we know that's Sister Abigail, which is supposedly going to be Nikki Cross. Why Nikki Cross? Should be Alexa Bliss, the same. So we got that, and then they show the logo. So Saturday afternoon, gonna be very interesting. And then we go to Sunday night in AEW, and there's what Tony Khan's been saying, and there may be some surprises. Meaning what? I don't know. But gonna be a very talked about weekend. I still think AEW Double or Nothing's gonna squash King and Queen. Yeah, that too. Double or Nothing's gonna squash freaking King and Queen in the Ring. It just is. It just is. And we'll see. But we'll see. We never know. And that's pretty much it. Also today was the 25th anniversary of the Rocket. Owen Hart's passing. He died in 1999 at Over the Edge. We all remember that. But today was the silver anniversary of his untimely passing. Now, I mean, it is what it is. I shed a tear for Bray Wyatt and Owen. Gone too soon. But, some good stuff. Good stuff today. So some happy news with SummerSlam being in Minnesota in 2026. But there was some sad news in the world of professional wrestling with Owen Hart's 25th anniversary of his passing, and then Bray Wyatt's birthday. I think he would have been 37, I believe. Somewhere in his late 30s, I think. But what could have been a Bray Wyatt? Yeah, that weird injury. We didn't know what it was going to be. We thought he was going to come back last year at SummerSlam. But, he passed right around SummerSlam. And it was just a sad, sad day. But the memorial show was great. Showing the kids and JoJo. Everybody was crying. I mean, I cried. I was watching along with Issa and the crew and everything. We're all crying, on the screen we're doing the crying emojis. I've seen Issa, shed a tear. It made me cry too, so. But, watching it made me cry. And then rewatching it on Raw. Just, sad. It's a sad day in professional wrestling. And you hate when a big star like Bray Wyatt passes away. Even when Eddie Guerrero passed away. And Eddie Guerrero's biography is this Sunday. So it's a 2-hour thing too. That's gonna be sad to see. But it's gonna be I'm gonna watch that later. Maybe Monday. I'll probably watch it a little bit of it Monday morning before I go off for my Memorial Day festivities. That's gonna be a little bit tough to watch. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice, watching Eddie and everything. So it's gonna be good stuff. Gonna be good stuff this Sunday, with the Eddie Guerrero biography. But we got that, and it is what it is. You better watch it, say. I will. Calm down, Eddie. Calm down. I will watch. I gotta watch Double or Nothing as well, you know, but I'll watch, don't worry. Oh, it's okay, okay. You watch! Yeah, I will. Calm down. Gonna have some sangria, I say? No. Might have some water, I know. It's gonna be late, you know. I'll watch it though. Calm down. You know. I am not a nugget! I'm a black heart! Damn it! I can smell the coffee all the way to Brazil! I got a big nose! My nose got here 3 minutes ago! Woo! I know. Alright, we got all that. That's that. Alright, enough about that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, let's get into your AEW Dynamite review from this past Wednesday night, May the 22nd, 2024. We are emanating on the Go Home show before Double or Nothing this Sunday night from Vegas. So, we are at the Mechanics Bank Arena in Bakersfield, California, and our commentary team of the men behind the mask, Excalibur, man who came back from a little bit of surgery on his shoulders and his knee, and that is Taz, brother, and the man, the myth. He is a legend, my friends, and he's my friend, not yours, Tony Baloney Schiavone. Freshly, you know, he's all showered up after getting dumped with, energy drink last week by that schmuck Jack Perry. Yeah, he's a schmuck. You can tell him I said that too. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry, Jack. After I give you a Gilmore cutter, I'll show Anna Jay what a real man is. But it is what it is. You know, she has a flat ass and a mean attitude, but I'll turn. You know, she won't be having a mean attitude with me. But then again, she might like give me the Johnny Hungy treatment. You know, the BTE Johnny Hungy treatment. Get out of here! Or maybe the Stu Bennett. Not Stu Bennett. What am I talking about? That's bad news. Way better. Stu Grayson gimmick. You're like, get up! I wonder what Stu Grayson's doing right now. Not once, but twice. Gone. Ugh. But then he showed up at TNA, and then came back to AEW for a little bit to rejoin the Dark Order, and now he's gone. And the Dark Order ain't that great anyway. I mean, being the Dark Order is a boring show now. It's starting to get boring. I can't watch it every Monday like I used to watch BTE. And they gotta bring BTE back. I'm getting sick of being the Dark Order. I am. I just am. And that's it. Alright, moving along. Alright, so Excalibur, Tony Baloney, Schiavone, and Taz on commentary for this pretty decent show. Didn't start off too good, but then there's like basically it was a 2-segment show. The ending, which was great, and little bit of stuff with Swerve and Christian, and a return of Prince Nana, my good friend. He is my good friend because he comes from Brooklyn too. And it wasn't for him. I keep saying the story. If it wasn't for him, I would never met Joel Maximo, my mentor. And it is what it is. The rest is history. That's that. Alright, so we begin Dynamite with the opening sequence, the fire, the pyro. We are live from Bucks Country. That's Bakersfield, California. So we start off with clips from the hit movie Furiosa as like a crossover event, you know, like the Godzilla Kong thing and Shark Week, shit like that. But Furiosa stars Thor, Chris Hemsworth, playing like a Mad Max type character. It's not, it was like a Mexican version of Mad Max. That's what it looks like. But go see it in your local theater. Or if like me, go watch it on Max. Huh. Go watch the illegal screams. But it is what it is. And that's that. Alright, so we start off Dynamite match number 1, tag team action player. We had freshly squeezed orange juice. Orange Cassidy teaming up with the great man that he is, Will Ocean Spray. Reach for the sky, whoa! So they take on the team of Trent Beretta and the AEW Intercontinental Champion. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Roddy! What? What's that? Adam! Oh, he's not here. Adam! He's not here. Adam! Roddy, stop it. Well, maybe get Adam, too. Adam! Can you get him, please? Jesus. Jesus! Move on. Alright, so this is a tag team match. Don Callis on commentary. You know, on the line. So, he goes on the commentary and says that Orange Cassidy is now one of his guys. No, he's not part of the Don Callis family. That wasn't announced yet. Or is it foreshadowing? Long-term booking? I don't know. But anyway, a pretty decent match. It's also with OC and Trent slugging it out. Kind of a preview of their pure, not even, a straight up pure wrestling match. Without pure rules, of course. Slugging it out on the floor. And then Cassidy comes right back in for a high cross body on Roddy! And then the kingdom of I'm Matt Taven. And if you don't like Matt Taven, oh, you're a Melvin. And his tag team partner, the man who punches people in the dick and gives him a pound driver. And that's Michael Kanellis Bennett, the Ring of Honor tag team champions. They're there with, on the floor. So they distract Ocean Spray. Trent gets in a cheap shot. And the heels take over. But Ocean Spray knocks Roddy out of the way. Brings in Orange Cassidy to clean house. But then Trent Beretta crotches him on top. Bulls! Got that. And then they gut buster on the top rope. Ow! Drops Ocean Spray again. And then after that, all four men are in the ring, brawling to the floor as we go to break. And then we come back. Orange Cassidy tries to nip up. And, it was like this. Excuse me. Ugh. But eventually crawls over to tag Ocean Spray. But Roddy cut that off with a half and a half suplex. Then hits a spinning face plant for a near fall. Ocean Spray comes back with a poison Rana. And then somehow Orange Cassidy falls off the top on purpose for a near fall on Roddy. Kind of did like a, he was about to do like a Macho Man elbow raining down from heaven. Oh yeah, dig it. But he was like, ugh. And he's like, and then he does one of these pins. 1, 2, kick out. That was a lazy-ass fuck pin. From the lazy-ass fuck wrestler, known as Orange Cassidy. But, anyway. So then he hits a top rope DDT, like his patented tornado DDT. Plants Trent, and then another one for Roddy, for good measure, from another near fall. Roddy comes back, goes for End of Heartache, but Don Callis gets off commentary, grabs Orange Cassidy's foot, allowing him to grab Stundog Millionaire. And then Matt Taven and Mike Bennett get involved. This felt like a clusterfuck. But their interference failed as they get in the ring, and I think it was like Don Callis is grabbing, I think it was Bryce or Rick Knox's foot. And everybody's like, referee! Do something! Referee's like, I'm trying! I'm not trying hard enough! Moron. So anyway, Ocean Spray takes him out with a flippy gibbity-doo. And then he goes back up the ramp. But then we see Boylo run down the ramp, decks Ocean Spray from behind. And then while in the ring, Roddy hits the end of Heartache, 1, 2, 3 on the former Intercontinental Champion Orange Cassidy, and the heels get the win in just under 13 minutes. But still, the match was pretty decent, 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. So a little preview of their respective matches with Ocean Spray and Trent in a straight-up singles match, wrestling match, and Ocean Spray and Roddy for the Intercontinental title, which I think might be part of the triple main event. We'll see what happens with that. But I think it's going to be, the main events are going to be Swerve and Christian for the AEW World title, which might be the actual main event. But I think it's going to be Mercedes and Willow Nightingale for the TBS title. And then probably be a flip-flop between Anarchy in the Arena. And Swerve might be match 6 and 7 or 7 and 8. I think there's 9 matches on the card. And there's gonna be more matches, I think, announced maybe tomorrow on Rampage. And maybe Collision too, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But the final card will be finalized by late Saturday night. So that's why I'm not doing my predictions video, episode 29 of the Shadows Lair, till Sunday afternoon. So, get all that, lead you into the Ranger game, and then lead you into the pay-per-view. So, that's pretty much it for that. Alright, so the match was pretty good, 3.25 out of 5 stars for the match. After the match, Trent chokes Orange Cassidy out, and then the Kingdom beat up Ocean Spray, and then they hold up Ocean Spray. Roddy has the belt. Boom! Knocks Ocean Spray out, busts him wide open. So we saw blood, motherfuckers! Oh, but that's not the most we saw. We got more coming, if you love blood. You want blood! Blood pollution! If you don't know what that song from that movie is, you don't know anything. Great, underrated movie, by the way. Had a couple of great people in it. Zakk Wylde was in it. Now you know the movie. I hope you do. And if you don't, I think you need to get slapped in the mouth. Or get slapped with a guitar. Steel Dragon! Moving on. Alright, so we got that. So, yeah. So, Ocean Spray was bleeding like a fucking stuffed pig. And that's it. But we got more blood coming your way. That's it. Alright, after that, we go to the back. We have the Corporate Bucks. Nicholas and Matthew Jackson. They're talking to security. They have some, they have some flyers with Darby's picture on it. And basically, they tell security that Darby is banned from the building because they want the safest locker room in wrestling. Okay. And then, so security gets their orders from the Bucks. And then, the original player from the Himalaya, Sanjay Dutt, comes in, talking like a madman, a little off the caffeine, dude. He suggests that he gets paid extra if Satnam Singh takes out and beats Bryan Danielson later on, which that was the main event. I was like, why? I'm like, okay. So I'm like, and it's like, oh, it's gonna be in the envelope, right? We'll see if Mr. Sanjay Dutt gets paid handsomely, and they won't even need a collection plate. Like that stupid gimmick, that guru gimmick he had in TNA, and then Jay Lethal had the Black Machismo gimmick, which worked well for him in TNA. The guru gimmick for Sanjay Dutt, not so much, not even close. But then him and Jay Lethal had a sort of decent feud, and then he fought over SoCal Val, who was got married to Black Machismo Jay Lethal in like a recreation of Randy and Liz and Miss Elizabeth back in 1989, 88, 89. Elizabeth, I love you. Will you marry me? Ooh yeah! Ooh yeah! The match made in heaven and match made in hell. Remember that SummerSlam? I was there at the Garden with when Jake the Snake, ruined the reception like every other. And you knew that was gonna happen because there's never a good ending in a wrestling wedding. There's only been two: Uncle Earl and Bertha Faye, and Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell. Who knew that was gonna actually go off to be not cause chaos? Well, Dexter with his freaking axe. Oh my god. Oh, go on, priest. You know what's funny? That wedding should have had Poppy Priest be the actual priest, not some just actor they get. Or at least it wasn't Eric Bischoff. Remember that one? I think it was, what was that one? That Bishop was the priest, and then he took off all the makeup, and it was Eric Bischoff. I think that was the one with Test and, Stephanie McMahon. Or was the one, I think it was that one, or when, no, I think it was, when Triple H and Stephanie had their renewal vows, and then Bischoff did something weird, just being weird. Just took off his makeup, and it's like, ah! But yeah, we should all know, ladies and gentlemen, that when you see a hot guy and a hot girl, it's like, let's get married on Nitro! Or, Dynamite or whatever. You know for a fact that those weddings do not come off so good. Because there's always chaos. Something happens during the ceremony or after the ceremony. And the only one we saw in AEW was the wedding of Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian, because they were actually married. But they wanted to do it on Dynamite. And remember the whole thing with Miro? When he was like, I think he lost the match, became like Kip Sabian's butler, or something like that, and then he turned on Kip Sabian. Or something like that. I forget, but that was a weird wedding. That was weird. I thought the whole thing with Angelo Parker and Ruby Soho was a storyline, but they actually got married over the weekend. Over this past weekend, they got married and everything. So, congrats to them, because they're going to have a kid pretty soon. I thought that was a storyline too. But it's actually real. They're actually going out. They're actually married. So, good job, Angelo Parker. Now, got Heather Parker Loveless. That's Ruby Soho's real name is Heather. I know that. We move on with that. But anyway, that's that. Alright. So, we'll see what happens with the Bucks and Sanjay Dutt, and then we got Bryan Danielson and Satnam Singh, the big Indian Jolly Green Giant, coming up in your main event later on. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Then we see Bullet Club Gold of, by the way, Too Sweet Me for the Love of God, of the Ass Boys, the Trios champions, the Ass Boys, and the Switchblade. Wait, what's Switchblade? Jay White. They come out for a chat. They have a wagon with all their belts in there. All 6 belts because they're unified. The Ring of Honor and AEW Trios Championship. Why can't they just give him 1 belt already? Oh, that's right, we can't do that. It's Ring of Honor. I think that was a bad idea. Bad idea to have, to have like a unification match. Because we haven't seen Bullet Club really defend those belts on a Ring of Honor show yet. Been pretty much Rampage and Collision. But anyway, I thought that was a little funny, They come up with a big old black wagon. Not a red wagon. A big black wagon. So anyway, so they get in the ring. And Jay White doesn't think too much of Pac. And he's having problems saying Pac. I mean, it's Pac, Puck. that was funny. Because Pac has been messing with things that don't concern him. And in between, if you heard it, it's like you hear some fan go, "Who wrote this shit?" Loud and clear, you heard it on the broadcast. I was like, wow. And then I think it was Austin Gunn looks at the guy. I think it was like he heard it and looked at the guy. I was like, just wanted. But you heard it loud and clear. Who wrote this shit? That was funny. That was great. But anyway, Pac pops up on the screen. He says, "Oh, I'm not coming alone, sunshine." And then the lights go out. Like, I was like, "Oh, Sabu!" No, not Sabu didn't come out with RVD. Or even Pete Alfonso! I call it right there in a minute, Daddy! Like Pete Alfonso, that didn't come out. But who did come out was Pentagon Zero Miedo. So he comes out, and then Rey Fenix is out next, and Rey Fenix looks jacked. Holy shit! Last time I saw Rey Fenix, he was like a fucking twig. Now he looks like he's jacked with those steroids. I don't think he was hitting the gym in Tijuana, Mexico, my friends. Maybe he got a stash from the New York Yankees, sticking them in his ass like Judgy Wudgy and Stanton and Soto. Oh yeah, they won tonight too. Who gives a shit? They won today actually, 5-0. They went 5-0 over the Mariners. So they split that 4-game series because they lost the first 2 games. But, they're playing great baseball. They're probably one of the best teams in the American League right now. They're up by 3.5 games in the AL East. But not that it matters, because it only matters in October. I don't know how the Yankees are going to be in October, but right now, they're doing some good shit right now. They're scary right now. I hate saying that as a Met fan, but I'm a baseball fan too. But the Yankees are scary. And the world champion Texas Rangers have got swept. Swept by probably the best team in the National League. That's the Phillies right now. The Phillies are like, 30-something. I think they got 36 wins or something like that. Mets are stinking up the joint. Lost. They were 2-6 on their current road trip. They play tomorrow at home against the San Francisco Giants. I don't like their chances in that series. But Peterson might be coming back. They're gonna DFA that bum from Milwaukee, or as we say, Milwaukee, which means the good land. Does this guy know how to party or what? We're gonna leave now. No! Sit down! Hang out with us! Oh, cool. We'll hang out with you. Yeah, we're gonna hang out with Alice Cooper. We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We suck! We're not worthy! Oh, good old Wayne's World. The first one, not the second one. Second one's pretty funny too. If you book them, they will come. Jim? Oh, cool. Sand. And her name was Cassandra. Swing. Oh, yeah, no. She's a pig. Okay, not gonna quote everything. But anyway, we got that. So, Ray Phoenix looks fucking stacked. I think it was like built like a fucking truck. Maybe he took the Scott Steiner steroids. But at least it didn't make him fat! The son of a bitch is fucking fat! Scott, calm down. Calm down. It's late. Calm down. Now I'll make him bleed! Okay. Alright. Hey, calm down. Calm down, dude. Calm down. We're talking here. He's fat! Okay. From Dunkin' Donuts, Bully Ray! Anyway. Alright, so the Lucha Brothers and Pac reunite as Death Triangle. They go to the ring, they clear the ring of the Ass Boys and Jay White. And then Pac issues a challenge for those Trios Championships, and it was accepted later in the show. So we got a AEW Trios titles match between Bullet Club Gold and Death Triangle at Double or Nothing for the belts. And I think we might see a title change, but we'll see. Not that it matters if there's a title change or not, because I'm probably not going to defend them. No waste. That's a waste. But it is what it is, and that's it. Alright, so I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to a triple threat match for a shot at Chris Jericho. You know, Mr. Reading Rainbow himself. So, we have the Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith, Katsuyori Shibata, and Son for the Man. Hook, get in here with your Doritos. But, you know, leave them over there for me, I'll eat them later. So, Hook, ladies and gentlemen. So, they're in a triple threat match, and the winner gets a For the World FTW title shot on the pay-per-view this Sunday. So we have Jericho and Big Cass. He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And there's a rumor that Enzo Amore might be coming to AEW. I hope not. I hope not. Don't sign him, Tony, please, for the love of God. I mean, it'd be nice to see Big Cass and Enzo, but can't call him Big Cass anymore. Gotta call him, probably call him, can't call him Enzo Amore anymore. I think, what they used to call him on the indie scene, can't think of it. But, probably just call him Enzo, just with different spelling like they did in the indies. N-Z-O. So it'd be N-Z-O and Big Bill. You know, he'll come out like, my name is Enzo Amore, and I'm a bona fide stud and a certified G, and you can't teach that. Bada boom! I got nothing in my room. How you doing? Fine. I'm good. How you doing? Oh, you ruined it. Anyway. Alright, so this match was okay. Nothing great. 6.5 minute match. So it starts with Shibata and Hook going right after the Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith, in the corner. Then they trade some suplexes. And then Brian Keith gets in a suplex of his own as we go to break. We come right back. Shibata hits running boots in the corner until Hook locks in the Kata Hajime, the Red Rum, on Brian Keith. Shibata broke that up. And then locks in the figure 4 leg lock. Woo! Like the Nature Boy! Ric Flair. So he locks it in. Hook as the Red Rum on Brian Keith. And Brian Keith basically he tapped out twice. So, So, as they did on NXT with Wesley and Joe Coffey getting a double pin, so Tony Khan's like, we'll do that too. Why not? So, at the pay-per-view, now we got Jericho basically in a 2-on-1 handicap match with Hook and Shibata. I don't know if we're gonna see a title change. I think we're gonna see Jericho retain. I can't see Shibata winning it. I'd like Hook to win it back for the third time, but I mean, we'll see. I just think Jericho's gonna retain, but we'll see what happens with that. Speaking of Jericho, gets off commentary, grabs the mic, says that he's here to get more camera time, and well, why not? More promo time. He's proud of Hook and Shibata for everything they learned under him. And yes, the three-way is now official. And that's from Tony Khan. And that's pretty much it. But I thought the Bucks had something to do with that. Well, obviously not. And we move on. Alright, so once again, Hook and Shibata get the win. They will face Jericho for the FTW title this Sunday night. Not that it's going to be a great match. It should be the first match of the night, but I mean, we'll see. And that's it. Alright, after that, we get a look at the first Mercedes Moné Willow Nightingale match from Battle in the Valley last year from New Japan Strong, where Mercedes got hurt. She was out for a year. Willow won the New Japan Strong Women's title and then immediately lost it like a few months later. I forgot who, but it is what it is. I don't even know who the New Japan Strong Women Champion is right now. I know Tom Nakano is the IWGP Women's Champion, unless otherwise told. But we'll see what happens with Tom Nakano and all the lovely ladies in, Stardom, like Mina, Mei Segura, among others, Miyu Yamashita. So many hot Asian chicks in Stardom. Got that. Alright, so we got the rematch coming your way in the triple main event at Double or Nothing. And I saw the CBS title. I think Mercedes is gonna win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Willow wins again. But I think Mercedes is gonna win. Become the TBS champion, hold it for like a year. I mean, we'll see what happens with all that. Let me move on. Also, I think it was after the Rampage tapings, which we'll see tomorrow. Mercedes came out, and her and Willow got a little more physical, and Mercedes kind of won that, but then Willow chased her off. So let's start. Let me move on. Alright, after that, let me get back to my notes. Alright, then we get a video on the Japanese sensation himself, Kensuke Takeshita, Konnichiwa, bud, what's up? Forget that. Speaking of Takeshita, he's in our next match against Matt Sydal. Namaste. Beats him in 2 minutes. 2 minutes! Basically, hits a hard brainbuster to start the match, and he's like, sneers a little bit. Sydal came back with a Hurricanrana, dropkick, but walks into a Blue Thunder Bomb, and you never win with that, unless you're Sami Zayn. You only won twice with that. Once against Jey Uso. Anyway, then he hits Sydal with one mean right hook. Knocked him silly, and that was it. Bing, bang, boom, the match is done. That's it. So, 2 minutes suck fest, and they gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Takeshita keeps beating the crap out of Matt Sydal until we call for the righty. Give me Vaughn. Vaughn. Give me Vaughn. Rick Vaughn? You mean Rick Vaughn, right? Yeah, I know he's a prick, but, he's due. Vaughn, I only got one thing to say to you. Strike this motherfucker out! Not that song again! So, vile thing, Mr. Jon Moxley. He hits the ring to basically do nothing. Hits the catcher with the mic. And then he leaves. Okay. That's a interesting way to hype his match with the Takeshita, which is an eliminator match, which is dumb. Should be for the belt. But I know Moxley's gonna beat him, and then he's gonna go on to Japan, face Evil, I believe at Dontaku or the Super J Cup. Probably win there. I don't think Evil's gonna be. I mean, he was big champion before, so I mean, why would it make any sense to even give him back the belt? But I think Shota Umino might be the champion next after that. But I mean, we'll see. Because we're getting real close. We're about a month and almost 2 months away from the G1. G1 33, I believe. I don't even know who's in it yet. But July, probably one of the best tournaments in wrestling, and that's the G1 coming your way. I'm not going to cover all of it. I might talk a little bit about it. Not every, probably, maybe every night, maybe all nights of it, I don't know. Maybe the whole entire thing, but there's something that is interesting during the nights, because of the A block. I think it's going to be like last year's A block, B block, C block, D block. This is D block, Nighty Mighty D block. Remember that song? You know that song. See, I know my rap. That's a good song, too. Anyway, but the G1's coming up. I can't wait for it. There's a rumor that Bryan Danielson might be in the G1. I doubt that, because it's grueling. It's like, you can't get a day off. If you're hurt, you're screwed. Pretty much. You know, it's almost like a month-long tournament. Every day you're fighting. If you're not having a tournament match, you're pretty much in a tag team match. Or something, like 6-man tag team match. But it ends in mid-August with the A block. I think, well, whoever wins between the A and B block will face the C and D block winner. So you got the semifinals there, then the finals the next night, I think. And the winner of that, of the G1, gets the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase, basically, I call it. And they get a world title match at Wrestle Kingdom 19 in January of 2025. Now, who's going to be the champion by then? I have no idea. Who's going to win it? Don't know. Don't know who's in it yet. We haven't even got through Dontaku yet. I don't even think we got through Sakura Genesis yet. I think that's next month. In June. And then they got the G1. And that's over in August. And then getting close to, I think, Power Struggles after that. And then the not the Super. They got the Tag League coming up. The New Japan Cup's coming up as well. Somewhere around the G1 time as well. So the winner of the New Japan Cup gets a title shot of their choosing, which will be either the Global Championship, the World Title, I think the Junior Championship. That's still around, by the way. I don't even know who has that belt. I think David Finlay won back the Global Championship, I think. But from Dolph Ziggler, look at that. Moxley's the champ, we know that. He beat Naito. Don't know who the tag team champs are. Women's champion is Tam Nakano, obviously. And I think they still got the Never Openweight champion. I have no idea who that is. And the tag champs, I don't know. But we're gonna have to see what happens with that. But I can't wait for the G1. I can't wait. That's probably one of my favorite New Japan pay-per-views. Besides Wrestle Kingdom, of course. That's it. I love the G1. I've been following it pretty much since 2010. So my favorite Wrestle Kingdom is the one with I think it was Kenny with Kenny, basically. Anyone with Kenny is basically my favorite. Kenny versus Jericho was a great main event at Wrestle Kingdom. But then, Tanahashi and Okada on, like, various Wrestle Kingdoms were epic. Shinsuke with the IC title was great. Fiend Balor, Prince Devitt coming out like a zombie. That one was great. Kenny coming out like Final Fantasy with the Buster Sword. I love that one. That was epic. Then I think he came out on one Wrestle Kingdom. I forgot what game or what anime he was. It was. I thought it was Gundam for a second, but it was Adam Cole came out not at Wrestle Kingdom. He came out like as the main guy from Halo. That was cool. Gotta get more of that, but we'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. Alright, so to catch the Beast, match set out in 2 minutes, and then afterwards, Moxley comes out, takes him out with basically a bop on the head of the mic, and that's pretty much it. And we move on. Alright, that's that. Alright, so I gave basically that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the Bucks once again. They're kind of like, I thought they were going to the ring, but in the backstage area, and then the camera kind of swings around to see Swerve. I thought we almost saw, well, we didn't see Tony Khan there, but anyway. They swing around to see Swerve just sitting there, and he's like, "Hey, turds!" And then he goes, "Hit my music!" So, because he's up next. In our next match, a non-title match, eliminator match, against Nick freaking Wayne. So, kind of like full circle match, because Swerve smashed the picture over Nick Wayne's head, busted him wide open. And what happens? Nick Wayne busts him open with a picture of Swerve's family. So, I got that. Alright, so Nick Wayne comes out by himself, no Luchasaurus, no Christian, no Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on, Shayna Wayne. Yet, but we'll get there. Match was okay. Swerve once again came out by himself, not Prince Nana. So just under 9-minute match. Was a pretty good match. Belted back superplex. Swerve belted back superplex Nick Wayne on the apron. Ow! Then hit the Swerve stomp on the floor. Go onto the floor. That was sick. They go back in. Nick Wayne rolls him up for a near fall with feet on the rope, but the referee saw it. And then Swerve had a bandage on his eye from last week's sickening bloodletting after the shot with the real glass picture frame. Had that, so that starts falling off. But Swerve doesn't give two shits. Hits the house call. 1, 2, 3. He gets the win. Match was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars in just under 9 minutes. That's that. After the match, Luchasaurus comes down, and then Christian comes down with Nick Wayne's mom. He's got it going on. He comes in, beats down Swerve. Christian comes out as well. Swerve takes out Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus almost broke his leg because I think Swerve knocked him over the top rope, and Luchasaurus' leg got caught on the top rope, and then he immediately grabbed his leg, and everyone was like, "Oh shit!" Luchasaurus broke his leg, but after yesterday or today actually, there was an update on Luchasaurus that he's fine, but it could have been a lot worse for him. A lot worse. But anyway, so Cage starts running off, and then Swerve starts running around, hits the house call on a down Luchasaurus. Anyway, that was funny. And then the cameras follow him out of the arena. He steals another car, like he did in before his match with Edge, Edge Christian 3, where Edge won the TNT title in that I Quit match, that sickening I Quit match. So he steals the car. He's like, bye. So he goes to leave, but then he gets cut off by another car, and then the camera zooms into the car, and it's Prince Nana making his return. Drinking his Prince Nana coffee, by the way, which you can order. I don't know, well, you have to talk to Prince Nana about where you can order that, if you follow him on social media. I might get that. I don't know how much it is, but I might get it just for, I don't drink coffee, but I might try it. But, just get it for the missus. But I have tried Zach Wilde's coffee, the Odin, what's it called? Odin Sun Coffee, I think it's called. Not that bad, but this is better than Sanka. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. No, the best part of waking up is not giving a fuck. There you go. Alright, so Prince Nana blocks Christian from leaving, and then Swerve shows up, beats him up, takes him out of the car, and then on top of the car, and then I think he backshot them onto the windshield of the car, didn't break. Real class! So beats him up so good that, and that's it. And then, Swerve is about to give Christian the Concerto on the hood of the car, and Christian somehow avoided it and got out of Dodge real quick. And then Swerve's just sitting on the car that's it. We move on. So, that was pretty much the best part of the match after that. That whole thing. Match wasn't bad with Nick Wayne. So, but I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Rating that segment, I gave that 4 out of 5. It was great. And it kind of picked up the show up a little bit. Not much. But it is what it is. Alright, after that, we got Malachi Black against Kyle O'Reilly! Auto Parts. We didn't know this match was a scheduled match. Pretty much, it went okay. It was a pretty good match. Back and forth they went. But in the end, get back up. Malachi head faked him and sets up the end, which is basically the Black Mass. Knocked Kyle the fuck out. And he gets the win in under 10.5 minutes. And I gave the match 3.25 out of 5 stars. But afterwards, this gets really good. The lights go out, then they turn red, and they start blinking red a little bit, so I'm like, uh-oh, they're just playing mind games here. And then they come back on, Malachi is like looking around, and then he just stops, and then we see a humongous Jello bloodbath soak Tommy End, Malachi, in the ring. I think then the announcers even got like, fuck! They had to move out of the way. I think the fans got some of it. At least it was better. That was a better bloodbath than when The Miz and Maurice got hit with that black miscus a couple years ago. And it's way better than the failed Thunder bloodbath with the New Blood, trying to give Kevin Nash a bloodbath, and Kevin Nash, it wasn't even near Kevin Nash. It's just like, Kevin Nash, the blood starts pouring down, and Nash is like, who fucked up? That was embarrassing. That was probably the worst segment on Thunder. But it is what it is. Look at that. So, Edge gives a bloodbath to Malachi Black. Then we see him going down the stairs. He's in a black suit. Scary looking black suit, by the way. From the Men's Warehouse. Because when you go to the Men's Warehouse, you can get a black suit like that. It looks scary. And you're going to like the way you look. I can guarantee it. As always, the Men's Warehouse is our sponsor. It's true, too. Where do you think I get my clothes from? Not these type of clothes, but... But anyway. Alright, so, Edge pops up on the screen and says, "See you real soon!" Hyping that barbed wire, steel cage match for the TNT title this weekend. That match is going to be bloody as shit. I don't know if Malachi's going to win the belt. And if he doesn't, I can probably tell you he's going to be gone from AEW, because I think his contract ends pretty soon. I think it's the same thing with Buddy Matthews. I don't know about Brody King. I don't know if they're going to keep him to be like a mentor to Julia Hart when she comes back. I think Julia might come back as a face. I mean, we'll see. But as far as Malachi and Buddy Murphy go, I think they're going back to WWE. Buddy Murphy's going to be with his hot-smoking wife, Rhea Ripley. I mean, you lucky bastard, Buddy Matthews. You see that picture of him on the beach, and he's just lying on Rhea Ripley's hot ass? You bastard. You're a good man. You're a lucky man, Buddy Matthews. Buddy Murphy, whatever you want to call him. And we all know Malachi is married to another hot piece of ash, and that's Zelina Vega. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, Hunter, also on the, I think it was the media call, or the or whatever it was, today, big stipulation for the King and Queen of the Ring winners. So, whoever wins the King and Queen of the Ring, which will probably be Walter and Nia Jax, they get a future world title shot at SummerSlam this year. So, you can bet your ass we're going to see Bayley, give me a hug, taking on Nia Jax at SummerSlam. And Liv Morgan will beat Becky, send her probably back to her house to take care of Rue, her daughter, or maybe to AEW, who knows. So Liv will be the champion on Raw, and I think when Rhea comes back, we're going to see that match at SummerSlam. I think Rhea will get her belt back by then. We'll see. And then for the men, Walter will get his title shot against who? I don't know, at SummerSlam. Probably lose. I would be pissed if he loses at SummerSlam. But then again, you got Basher Berlin at the end of the month. So he might win there. Even though he's from Austria, but we'll see. I don't know who'll be the champ by now. I think it's going to be Drew McIntyre. So Drew versus Walter? I think we're going to see Drew McIntyre against Punk. Probably at Money in the Bank. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work with Walter getting that title shot at SummerSlam and against who? Maybe it'd be a triple threat with Drew, Punk, and Walter, maybe? I think that's ridiculously dumb. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. And there's a rumor that Cody will face Randy Orton in his voice. So if Orton wins, he will probably face Cody for the undisputed title. So could go either way with Orton. If Orton wins tomorrow night, which he won't. Actually, he will. He beat Tama Tonga tomorrow, but they could go either way tomorrow. But I think it's gonna go Orton against Walter. And then we'll have to see. But I still think Walter's going to be the King of the Ring. And then get his title shot against whoever at SummerSlam. But that's pretty damn cool that Hunter is giving, the winner of the King and Queen of the Ring get a future title shot at SummerSlam. That's what it should be. Future title shot at a later pay-per-view. Not just, you win the King of the Ring and you get a push out the door. And, it is what it is. That's that. Alright, so, big bloodbath from Adam Copeland tells Malachi, "See you real soon." That's it. Let me move on. Alright, then we're going to look back at Bryan Danielson's history in Anarchy in the Arena, the last years, so that, and what he's willing to do to fight for AEW. We get that. Then a Double or Nothing rundown. That. Then we see from Collision last week, Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm, darling, put your boob, chin up, titties out, watch for the shoe. That's it. Alright, so, that's it. Alright, I'll be right back. I have to go use the bathroom. Really bad. Be right back. We're back, and yes, I did wash my hands. But I digress. Alright, so where I left off, we see Toni Storm taking Serena Deeb's flag, getting naked, using it as a towel, kicks off her slippers, and then runs away with Mariah May. That's pretty much it. And Luther. That's it. Alright, then we go to the death slot. Women's tag team match. Timeless Toni Storm and the beautiful Mariah May. They take on the outcasts of Harley Cameron, another hot piece of ash. Harley Cameron. And the returning Paige, Saraya Knight, who came out with her brother Zachary Knight. With a little cane, you know. Thinks he's Sheamus. Fella! No. Anyway, this match was like, it is what it is. Back and forth they went. But in the end, I'm going to paraphrase here. A little long match, 9-minute match. But in the end, Mariah hits Mayday, and actually before that, Mariah May and Toni Storm kiss both of them. I'm like, oh, I wish I was in there too. But anyway, they kiss them. Then we get a Mayday Storm Zero combo, and then Toni Storm's like, I want to hit another one, so she hits another Storm Zero. This time on I think it was on Harley Cameron. 1, 2, 3. They get the win in 9 minutes, and that's pretty much it for that. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Toni teases disrobing again behind Serena Deeb's flag. Oh, that would have been nice. But then Serena Deeb comes in with a chair shot, like a gut shot to Mariah May, and then hits one on Toni Storm. Then she takes off her shoes, her high-heeled shoes, and it's like, boom, right in the head of Toni Storm, knocking her out. Then she takes the chair, sits it down below Toni Storm. She sits down and locks in a half crab while she's sitting down on the chair. That had to hurt, and Toni Storm's like tapping out like a drunk woman. We got that. So this match is going to be pretty good on Sunday for the AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm and her long reign taking on Serena Deeb, and we'll see what happens with that. I think Toni's going to retain. I have a feeling Toni's going to retain. I don't know who's going to beat her yet. I think it's going to be a Mariah May's gonna turn on her, and I think Mariah May will be your champion probably by the summertime. But we'll see. We'll see. It might be Thunder Rosa, but I doubt that. But we'll see. Or no, it can't be Mercedes because he has a TBS title. But, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But all in all, I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. After that, I think it was Arcady, who just is now part of AEW now. Arcady. She's with Bullet Club Gold. They accept the challenge for the Trios Championship at Double or Nothing. Okay, we get that. Here we go. Alright, then we go to your main event of Dynamite. An under 5 minute suckfest. Bryan Danielson, yes, takes on the big Indian Jolly Green Giant, Satnam Singh, who comes out with Jay Lethal, Black Machismo, oh yeah, dig it, and his good buddies Sanjay Dutt and Jeff Jarrett, that's J-E-F-F-J-A-R-R-E-T-T, that's Jeff Jarrett. So they come out with him. There's still a group that and we haven't seen them much either. Jay Lethal, we haven't seen much on Ring of Honor or even on Rampage or Collision lately. Jeff Jarrett, the same thing. Sanjay, same thing. This faction group should just break up, go their own ways. Jay Lethal should turn face and team up with Mark Briscoe. It's gonna happen. I have a feeling it's gonna happen because they're friends, they're real life friends, and it is what it is. If you haven't seen that AEW documentary for the Briscoes on their YouTube page, on the AEW YouTube page, you missed that, you're missing out. It is, I think it's like 13 to 15 minutes, not long, but it's pretty good. You see some of their backyard wrestling days, their old school Ring of Honor days, good shit. Up until when they won the tag team belts for the 13th time, and that bloody as fuck double dog collar match at Final Battle 2022. A month before Jay Briscoe was sadly taken away from us. What could have been with that, man? Briscoe's could have had another war with the Bucks for those Ring of Honor tag team belts. Would have been great. Another FTR war, probably. Maybe something with the Kingdom again. Private Party. A lot of tag teams they could have fought. And then Jay and Mark could have went singles competition. Mark could have won the TV title. Jay could have won back the world title and be like a 3-time world champion. And then, or maybe go to the AEW roster, maybe win the world title or the TNT title. Maybe the Intercontinental, the Intercontinental or the Continental Breakfast Championship. But, it happens, It was taken way too soon from us, and that's life. We gotta deal with it. We'll reach for the sky, boy! That's not pretty much it. We got that. Alright. So they're there. Back and forth match they went, but it was just like a clusterfuck of a match. Because near the end, Satnam Singh chops Danielson from his knees, but Danielson knocks him down again. Finally gets into the bell lock, but really he didn't really get it fully on. But eventually got it on, and then Sanjay, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal come in. DQ finish, which is rare in AEW, but DQ finish in under 5 minutes. Match was kind of boring, and I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, but I kind of felt that it was going to be one of those shit endings. So we got that. Let me move on. After the match, they beat down on Danielson. Danielson fights back, gets Jeff Jarrett's guitar, and is trying to hit Jarrett with it, and then you see Satnam Singh like looking around because he knew the spot was coming. So Danielson goes to hit Jarrett, and Satnam Singh just pops up, boom, smashes the guitar into pieces with his hand. That was sick. And they beat him down even more. And then the Bucks come out with an envelope to pay off Sanjay Dutt and them. So they beat him up. They hit the EVP trigger on Danielson. But they go for it, but they hit knees. Ow. And then Oh! Kada! He comes to the ramp, causes a distraction in a nice suit from the Men's Warehouse as well. And then Jack Perry, that schmuck, jumps Danielson from behind. They beat him up inside the ring. Then they take him up the ramp, and there's a table on the left side of the ring that looked like we're gonna powerbomb him or throw him off the stage through the table. But then the camera pulls back, and we see a car speeding into the backstage area. So I'm like, oh, is it Darby? Well, yes, it is. And Darby pops out of the car that was driven by Tony Khan. Tony's back! Uh-oh, the Elite's in trouble. We get that. So, he comes out of the car with, I thought it was a paintball gun. Like a huge paintball gun. But it was not a paintball gun. So, he goes into the arena, comes out to the ramp, but it's a flamethrower. Ah! A flamethrower of all things. And then Danielson then takes out the Elite basically by himself. As, freaking Darby's like, flamethrower, I'm gonna burn you. And then, like, oh shit. So Danielson just takes out everybody. And then Nick is sent through the table, off the stage, through the table to end the show. And Nick looked like he got stabbed. He was like, my ass! And then we see like the side of his, it was his left side all cut up. It was nasty. He was like, And then I thought it was legit hurt, or he got stabbed somehow. Like something like he went through the table and like something from the table like stabbed him really bad in the side. It was nasty. And I think it was just selling really good. And then they see him, they get a picture of him at the end. He's like, no! And then Danielson holds up the chair. Darby is still firing off the flamethrower, which was probably out of kerosene or whatever, you know. I was like, oh, great. That's great. So we're all fired up, my friends, going into this weekend. And we'll see what happens on Rampage tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Don't forget. And then Saturday night, we got Collision. I forgot what was on Collision. I forgot the card for Collision. But Collision will be on at 8 o'clock this Saturday night on TBS. Not TNT, TBS. We got that. And then we got the pay-per-view on Sunday. And, I think Collision's from Vegas. I'm not sure if it was going to be in Bakersfield. I forget. But that's it. So, it's going to be an insane match on Sunday. Probably a lot of blood in that match. It's going to be insane. Lots of weapons will be used. I would be surprised if Darby comes out with the flamethrower and does something with the flamethrower. Maybe we get he takes the flamethrower and, the kerosene's on the freaking, the lighter fluid is on the table and he just goes, poof, poof, easy. He doesn't have to use a match. Takes the flamethrower and goes, shh. It bursts into flames, and then somebody goes through a flaming table, and I think it might be Darby. I'm like, what else is new? He's breaking everything in his body. Why not go through a flaming table? Why not? You know how sick and twisted he is. But I would have the Elite win this match to keep the feud going, and I think it should culminate and end with Blood and Guts 4. In July, you have Team Tony versus the Elite, and maybe you add somebody, maybe make it a 5-on-5. Maybe the Hangman will come out and join back up with the Elite, and then Swerve will join up with will be Swerve, FTR, Danielson, and then a surprise fifth guy, which will probably maybe MJF. Because they say he might be returning soon. We don't know when, but he's returning. Which could happen at Blood and Guts. It might happen I think it might happen by All Out, really, but I mean, we'll see. But he's still hurt. Hasn't been medically cleared yet. Adam Cole, baby's on the mend still. We don't know when he's coming back, but I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back by Grand Slam. It'll be like 1 year later he comes back at Grand Slam in September. Or is that All Out or in August and All Out September the 7th in Chicago. But I'd rather have him, if he does get cleared by the time Grand Slam hits in New York City. That'll be an epic. I think it'll be a great return, and the fans will love him. They're like, "It's Adam Cole, baby!" Then he can maybe finish that storyline that should have really should have started in this January of this year, but if Adam Cole didn't break his ankle in the 6,000 places in September of last year, we could have had MJF versus Adam Cole for the world title again in their third match, I believe, third match. So, but I think that's going to be coming either later this year or maybe early next year, maybe at Revolution 2025. But we'll see if MJF comes back, gets the belt back for the second time, and that's pretty much it. But both of them are going to come back, and they're going to start their feud up again. With now the undisputed, the whole devil gimmick will actually start, but I think it's like too late now. I think that whole thing with Adam Cole being the devil, and then him getting hurt, and then being revealed as the devil, I think they should have. I would say they should have waited more, but you're gonna do this storyline and keep going and going and going, and we don't know who the devil is for like a year. Like, they could have just had Roddy be the devil, which should have been the alternate story, but it is what it is. That's that. Anyway, that's it for Dynamite. Dynamite was pretty, it was. I was gonna give it a really bad rating, like a 5 out of 10, but I'm gonna bump it up to 6.5 out of 10 stars. I thought the ending was pretty good, with Darby coming out with a flamethrower. I thought it was cool. Edge's bloodbath was cool. But I think the segment of the night was Prince Nana coming back, and then Swerve and Christian in the parking lot. I think that was great, and it kind of picked the show up a little bit in the second hour. I think the second hour was actually pretty good, minus the women's match. But and the main event match, which sucked, but the aftermath was great. But the first hour was kind of dumb, kind of lame, and and the crowd wasn't really into much of it. But still got 722,000 views. So I guess it is a success. It's an accomplishment for AEW, and they put on a crappy go-home show, but they had 3 good segments. So, let's see what happens with that. Rampage, from what I saw in the spoiler, had like 3 matches. How you gonna fit 3? Well, you could fit 3 matches into an hour show, unless you can have segments and stuff. And then Collision's gonna be 2 hours on Saturday night. I don't know what any matches as of yet, but it should be a good show. Saturday, I think it's in Vegas. So, and Sunday is in Vegas. I think at the T-Mobile Arena or the MGM Grand Garden Arena. I'm not sure, but Double or Nothing is gonna be great this Sunday. And it's the 5-year anniversary of AEW, so they hit their 5-year mark, and been a pretty good 5 years. Pretty good 5 years. Even with the CM Punk Bucks All Out scrum that happened last year, they still persevered, even though with the really bad ratings. Even at that 300,000 rating when they were going up against NXT, and NXT almost should have got 1 million, but didn't even got around 900,000 for that. I think it was in October when NXT and AEW went head to head, and NXT had Cody, they had Undertaker, I think Cena. They had basically almost everybody except for Roman. That was a great episode of NXT, and surprisingly, even with Taker, Cena, and Cody, they couldn't even get 1 million. We got a little over 809, almost 900,000 views. So we'll see what happens this year in October when the baseball playoffs start. Because, Dynamite's going to be preempted to Tuesday nights. So the Tuesday night war, well, not even a war, because NXT will be on the CW11, which everybody gets. And, AEW will be on TBS, so there'll be a lot of channel changing, or unless you're like guys like me who have picture-in-picture, you don't have to worry about it too much. But the ratings-wise, I think NXT is going to, once again, destroy Dynamite on Tuesday nights. And SmackDown will stay on Friday nights on the USA Network beginning in September 13th, actually. Raw will be on the USA Network until January the 1st. Right after Christmas. Well, yeah, after New Year's. I think New Year's is on New Year's Day is on a Wednesday, I think. So the first Wednesday of 2025, I think we get Dynamite. I think it's gonna be a live Dynamite, so that'd be cool. But the first Raw of 2025 will be their season premiere on Netflix. So if you want to pay $15 a month, $15 to $17 a month to watch Raw on Netflix, I mean, you could do it, or you can just watch it on WatchWrestling. Whatever it is. Just find a stream online that you can get to watch Raw. You get to watch Raw. But we'll see how it is. I wish they were staying on network TV or broadcast TV, on cable. But the only thing we're gonna get on cable right now is Rampage, Collision, and Dynamite, and then NXT. That's it. And then pretty soon we're not gonna get anything on TV because I think every promotion is gonna go to streaming services. Raw's already going on Netflix in January. I wouldn't be surprised if SmackDown goes to Netflix by whenever the USA Network deal ends. And Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision will probably be going to maybe Max. Which used to be HBO Max. But now it's Max. So we'll have to see what happens with that in the next couple years. But it feels like satellite TV is pretty much going to be extinct, and everything's going to be streamed. So you can't really watch TV. You have to watch it on the stream. Like, you have to get Paramount Plus, Hulu, Amazon Plus, or Amazon Prime, Netflix, Peacock, or whatever. We'll have to see. That's what I think the future of television is going to be. Like cable television, satellite television. It's pretty much going to be extinct pretty soon. But we'll see what happens in the next 5-10 years. And that's that. Alright, once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for Dynamite. Thought it was a pretty, it looked bad, but then, the second hour, I think, kind of saved it with those 3 segments. I think saved the show a little bit. Not much, but it is what it is. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your Kokute. And if you're not down with that, well, that's too goddamn bad. Because I, and the Prophecy, and the Purge, the best group of people in the world, in the whole wide world, that are way better than you, and you fucking know it, we all got 3 words for ya. Fuck you, man. And that's pretty much it. Alright, tomorrow, got a lot of stuff tomorrow, a lot of content coming your way tomorrow, so please hit that bell on my respective channels. I got Ring of Honor TNA, gonna be doing that in one video on the Kill Demons channel. Then I'm going to be doing King of the Ring predictions on TSL 28. TSL 2.0 number 28. Got that. I got a Metal God video, another death video coming your way. The founding member of Staind, the drummer, passed away. I think somebody else in music died as well. I have to look that up, but I'm probably just going to do that about Staind. And that's it. Lizzie Hale actually is now is doing is the saw the new lead singer for Skid Row because their lead singer, I think his name is Eric Kroger. I think his name is. He had to leave the group because of his health problems. So they picked Lizzie Hale. She had her first concert with them, I think tonight, and I saw the pictures of that. Woo! Damn, Lizzie Hale. Ooh, the outfit she was wearing, you could almost see her hoo-ha and her ass. Damn, Lizzie Hale was one hot piece of ash. And I know from experience because I saw her up front and I didn't meet her, but I saw her on the Sisters of Mayhem tour when they were, her group Hailstorm was headlining with In This Moment and New Year's Day, and that's where I met Ash Costello for the first time. And yes, we do make a good couple still. We still do. Ash knows it. Ash knows it. That was the first time I met Ash Costello in person, doing the meet and greet, the VIP meet and greet. They came out first, and then In This Moment came on right after that. And then Hailstorm was the headliner. They kicked ass. And then after they went off, I went to the meet and greet to meet Ash. Got my little poster, which I still have. My little autograph thing they gave us for the meet and greet. I still have it in my closet. I might show it off to you guys one day when I find it. But we got that. So I did that, and that's the last time I actually saw Hailstorm. So, but Lizzie Hale, I mean, she's got it going on, you know, doing Separate Ways with what's his name? Can't think of his name. Now it's gonna escape me. God damn it. I gotta look this up. Chris Daughtry. How did I forget that? Chris Daughtry and Lizzie Hale, like, their metal version of Separate Ways by Journey. Great cover. You know, Lizzie Hale's been on doing other you know, been on other people's singles and stuff, looking great. And now she's doing lead singer for Skid Row. I don't know if that's gonna be a permanent thing yet. Because she has her own band. You know, I think she might be coming up with a new record probably either later this year or next year. But you know, she belted out those freaking high notes that Sebastian Bach would hit. Amazing. And I heard on Twitter from fans like, Lizzie who? I mean, not Lizzie who. Sorry, Sebastian Bach who? Sebastian who? I'm losing my voice. Sorry about that. So, I think this could work out great for Skid Row. I know, I miss Sebastian, but, you know, he's got his own band. His new album is already out, which is a banger. You should get it right now. But, man, I heard some of the concert. You know, she's belting out Youth Gone Wild. She's belting out 18 in Life. She's belting out I Remember You, Monkey Business. It was just craziness. Even, I think it was just some of the old stuff. I don't think it was some of the new stuff after Eric came into the band after Sebastian got fired. I mean, it's not Skid Row without Sebastian Bach, but I mean, Eric came in, did a pretty good job. Their albums were decent, not great, but Eric's a great singer, but, you know, his health problems, you know, got too much, and he had to stop, and he had to leave the band, which sucked. But now they got Lizzie Hale coming in. I think I don't know, like I said, I don't think it's going to be permanent yet, but she did say she had a huge announcement, so it might be permanent. And if so, I think it's a great pickup for Skid Row, because she can hit those high notes. She can look good. She can feel good. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Skid Row now? I think Sebastian Bach's a little bit jealous now. I should have stayed. Nah, your solo career has been pretty good too. You know, great albums. I have Apocalypse Now. I have the new album, actually. Good stuff. Good shit. That's what it's all about. Good shit, good metal. Not Bieber, not this mumble rap crap. It's all about heavy metal, or too much metal for you. Got that. Judas Priest new album, Invincible Shield. It's amazing. I mean, if you haven't got that, you haven't got In This Moment's hit. I mean, great album. God Mode. You're missing out. Sacrifice Me, the new video for In This Moment's coming out pretty soon. I don't know the date yet. I'm waiting for some confirmation for that. I'm hearing it could be coming out in a couple weeks. It could be coming out in June or July. At least by the summer, you're going to get Sanctify Me, the video. I mean, if you haven't heard the song, it's amazing. The song's great. The entire God Mode album is great. You know, God Mode, the single is great. The Purge, the video. I mean, 2.5, almost 3 million hits. Crazy. I wasn't in it. I wish I was, but I was in that other video, you know, and love Closer from 2015. But 2014, actually. But good shit. Great shit. But, you know, they have that. They have Sanctify Me, the new single's coming out soon. Everything Starts and Ends With You, great single. Army of Me cover of Bjork, great. Their song, I Would Die For You from John Wick 4. Amazing song. And it's on the album as well. The entire album is a banger. ITM 8 is a banger. And they're on tour now. So they're going to be at your local arena or local theater, making your ears bleed and your ears and eyes bleed, and your brain will explode. But you know, go see them. Go see them this summer. They were on the Sonic Temple tour. They brought back Roots into the set, which I think is great. Big Bad Wolf back in the set. They have a video, not Tron, video opening thing. Video stage, I think they said that, Maria called it, video stage, which opens up. And it looks great. If you haven't seen it, go look it up on Twitter. Go look it up online somewhere. It's just amazing. Love it. I found Seven Dust is coming to the Palladium in New York City in September. I think September the 17th, September the 19th. At the Palladium in New York City. Definitely going to that one. Creed's coming back for the reunion tour at Madison Square Garden the night at November the 29th, I believe. 28th, no, I think it's the 29th. Because the Friday after, it's Black Friday. So, they're at the Garden for the reunion tour. That's going to be epic. David Gilmour is coming to MSG for 5 straight shows in early November. I might be going to one of them. I don't know what date. I think it's November the 10th. I bought because everything else was sold out somehow. I don't know how, but I think I got last minute tickets for the 5th show. So I will be going to that early November. Tickets weren't that much. I'm sitting way up there. The Creed show, I'm sitting in the second tier, not the tippy top MSG, like the second tier, second bowl. Not by the stage, like the one above that. So good stuff. I'm like stage left or stage right. I think stage left. But we got that. I'm pretty much almost centers like I was at the concert in 2016 when it was at MSG doing the Rattle That Lock tour. Saw everything. It was great. Great concert. I lost my keys that night, but that was bad. That was a bad night. You know. So I got that. Saw Journey and Def Leppard back in 2018 with the missus. That was a great night. I have I have some video up on my main Facebook page, my Peter Gilmore Facebook page, which is I think is now changed to Peter Joseph. So it's the Peter Joseph main page. So just type in Peter Joseph, you'll find it somewhere. No, I think it's still, well, that's my family account. It is what it is, but I still have the Peter Gilmore Facebook page, which I may be changing its name to, I'm not sure yet, but I might just leave it there. So I have some video of the Def Leppard concert from 2016, got some good pictures and shit. Good times. So, I'm going to be going to a few concerts this summer. Creed, David Gilmour in November. Hoping to see In This Moment if they come to New York, but they're not coming close to New York yet. New Year's Day may be coming to New York. I'm hoping. I told Ash, come to New York, man. I want to see you again. Give you a big hug and smoochie. And I'm not going to call her Wash. It's like, he go, hey! I'm like, hey, how's it going? It's like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, remember the dude that said Wash? Yeah, that was me. It was you! Like, I know it was you. I'm like, oh, I just wanted to make sure. Like, I am so embarrassed. Just doing that shit. Stupid autocorrect. It is what it is. That's pretty much it. Alright, but that's coming up in the summer. So I'm gonna have a great summer, including my week vacation. Where? Oh, you wish you knew where. Probably like right near the end of July, so about 2 months away from my actual vacation. So I'm gonna be taking a week off of YouTube. No videos at all. I might chime in with a community post here and there, but for all your reviews for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, all those I'm gonna do like a mini review of that. I'll probably just like give my rating of the show. I will be watching the show while I'm on vacation, but as far as videos like reviews like this, nah. I'm just gonna take the week off. I'll be back that Sunday. I think it's gonna be the 28th. So it's right near the end of July. I will be back. But the next to last week of July, I will be in Communicado from that Sunday till the next Sunday. So I think it's the 21st. Yeah, the 21st to the 28th. I will be in Communicado on YouTube. I will not be around. I might chime in on Issa's chat here and there, but not much because I want to spend enough time on my vacation. So I got things to do, like go to the beach. I gotta sightseeing, shit like that. You think I'm going to Florida? I'm not going to Florida. Sorry, not Florida. It's another state, but it's warm, but it's not Florida. But it is what it is. It's not that any of you dumb fucks are gonna come down there anyway. But I digress. We move on. But it is what it is. But that's my summer vacation coming up in July. I might take a weekend off in August. Probably the weekend before All Out. So that's August the 18th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of August. I will be taking a mini vacation break, a mini weekend vacation break. So that's that, and then pretty much that's it. I will be back from the week of All In. I'll be doing that review, doing Bash in Berlin. I'll do All Out in September, and then we're gonna keep going until the end of the year, hopefully. But we'll see what happens with that, because lots of things going on now, Lots of things going on. Internet bill went up a little bit, going up again in July. So, money is a little bit tight right now because I got a lot of bills that are just climbing up the charts. Good job, Biden, you fucking asshole. Lots of things are going up. So, the rich man cable, well, at least the rich man's cable is still the same price I'm paying right now. So got another year and a half on that price list, and then I have to renew it. Hopefully I can renew it at the same price in 2025. That's that. Windows 11 is going to be pretty much the norm for computers now. So Windows 10 security definitions are going to be gone. So if you have Windows 10, you might be thinking of like changing your computer to Windows 11. I mean, you still probably use it, but by October next year, I think, I don't know if it's going to be extinct, but I think Windows 10 will be extinct. But the security definitions, the security updates will be pretty much gone. So you run the risk of maybe getting viruses and shit. So I might be getting a new laptop maybe by sometime next summer. Getting a new laptop or a new desktop. So, but like a cheap good one. Like maybe I'll get a Chromebook, or maybe I'll get an actual laptop. You know, I might get an iMac. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it is. I gotta check the prices and see what's good, and then hook everything up. So that's gonna take a little while. So sometime next year, I might be getting a new laptop, or like I said, maybe get a new desktop like the one I have now. Like I have an HP now, but I still have my old laptop, which is Windows 8.2, but that's extinct too. So I'm gonna get rid of my laptops I have. Sell them for parts, or just sell them for money, maybe on eBay or something like that, or just maybe sell them. Maybe go to like a pawn shop, or like a refund shop, or wherever I can sell it and get some money from it. So get that, and then see what happens. But next year, definitely by next October, pretty much by my Thanksgiving and Christmas of next year, I'll probably be upgrading to Windows 11, and what's going to happen with that. Might have an upgrade for my this little phone might be upgraded to a bigger phone like the one I have now, which I'm recording on now. It's a Google Pixel phone that I'm working on now, but my actual phone is an iPhone. So I think next year I get it. No, actually I think. Well, I don't know. This year I think October, because I had this phone since October of last year. So I think October of this year, coming up in about 4.5 months, I think I'll be due for an upgrade. So I think when I'm due for the upgrade, I might get an upgrade to the new iPhone. I might get iPhone 15, or if there's 16 comes out, who knows. But I'm gonna get a new phone, which would be great. I'm gonna keep this one as my backup, but my actual phone, which I use for work and everything, I'm gonna probably upgrade to the either iPhone 15 or 16. But I'm gonna have to see what happens with that. But lots of stuff next year. But that's next year, later this year. So we'll see what happens in the next few months. Like I said, vacation coming up in 2 months. So can't wait for that. Gotta take the vacation somehow. So I'll be out of the state in end of July, and then I'm taking a mini vacation in August, the week before All In, and that's it. And I'm probably not taking any more time off at all. So for the rest of the year, but we'll see what happens. If anything does happen, I'll let you guys know. But that's pretty much it. As far as my health, I went for my EKG today. Everything is fine with the EKG. I did the echocardiogram, the sonogram on my heart, my side of my heart. I have to wait 2 weeks for that. Hopefully everything is good there. Just a little health scare, but I'm fine. I feel good. I look good. So, not going down yet, my friends. I didn't hit no bell rack. So, but, it's a little concerning, but everything should be okay. But leave your prayers, one like equals one prayer. So like the video, and all that good shit. You can leave a comment, wishing me good luck and prayers and everything. That's it. And for all you trolls that want to say, oh, you should die. I hope you die. Well, I hope you die too. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself, 'cause I ain't going anywhere. But when you do, I'll be like, heh. But that's pretty much it. Alright, guys, I'm out of here. It's late. And pretty much I'm off for the weekend. I'm done till Wednesday. I got like a 5-day weekend, so I'm fine. Off tomorrow. I'm probably just chilling tomorrow. It's 81, so I might go to the beach tomorrow. But maybe. Well, no, I can't go to the beach tomorrow. I got to go to the Ranger game tomorrow. So I'm gonna do my videos early in the day. Probably later today. It's probably the next 8 to 10 hours. So I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm gonna get some rest, then get up, have some breakfast, and then might do some chores in the house, and then do my TNA Ring of Honor review, get that out of the way, and then try to get that Metal God video up later, and then try to recharge the battery of this phone, and then probably right before I leave for the Ranger game, probably like an hour, maybe 2 hours before the Ranger game, I have to get out of here for the Ranger game, I would do my King and Queen of the Ring predictions, and then later tomorrow night, my SmackDown review, because I want to get SmackDown done, because that coincides with my predictions, and it coincides with the pay-per-view, and then Saturday night, I would do my King and Queen of the Ring review. It's late Saturday night, because I'll be out Saturday night for with the folks and everything, for Saturday night dinner on your Memorial Day weekend. And then Sunday, I'll do Collision, because that coincides with my AEW Double or Nothing predictions. And then late Sunday night, or maybe Monday, I will do my Double or Nothing review. So lots of videos coming your way, so please, for the love of God, hit that bell, because if you miss anything this weekend, you're missing out. I might do a vlog, maybe Monday, before I go out for my Monday, Memorial Day Monday barbecue, and we'll see what happens with that. And then, probably late Monday night, or most likely Tuesday, your Memorial Day Monday Night Raw review on the Killer Damage channel. That's pretty much it. Alright, I'm out of here. I wasted a lot of time. It's all for 2 hours, and I'm going to sleep. Thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, peace!